Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning, wrapping up a great week here on Panhandle Outdoors. We've had some really good things we've got to share with you. Now, let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Drew Pollard's company, Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Today, high 69, low about, they're looking at a low right at 50, and the water temperature, folks, is going up a degree. It's like 63.7, so we'll round it off to 64 degrees at the end of the pier. It is February, and it started going up a little bit, so that's interesting. We're going to chart that thing out for this year. Maybe one day next week. Our river readings. Take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola, Bluntstown, it's got that slow, steady fall to it. This morning, it's reading an 11.8, and the Choctaw Caryville is reading an 8.2. It's dropped out, so we'll level off a little bit, but this rain we're getting now, it's going to add. The Choctaw will start going back up this afternoon, I'm sure. It's going to start going back up, so it don't look like a good weekend on the rivers. Take a look at our tide chart. No tides. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, so it's not much movement today or tomorrow. Next week, though, will be some strong tides. Always looking ahead, always looking in the future. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, since we'll do the fishing forecast later, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. Looking at 2:12 to 4:12 this morning, and this afternoon, 2:32 to 4:32. I want to say a special good morning to Steve Julian down in Port St. Joe, one of our loyal viewers, been with us a long time. Good morning, Steve. Our wind today now is be coming out of north-northwest at about 11. Okay, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at some cool pictures. We're going to wrap up this week with some good pictures. Let's look at this first one. This is the last hunt they had, the future of hunting in Florida, over there in Teloja. It's a great hunt, and what they did, I'm going to just go through, and I don't know all the kids here, folks, but I just want to go through some quick pictures with you. It was so cold, you know, to camp out. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. That's ice on the tents. They're sleeping in tents. They're camping and hunting, like the good old days, but it was so cold that weekend up there in Teloja. It was, that's what happened. But they saw some beautiful sunrises, got up there and got them a good breakfast and all, and beautiful sunsets. It was just a great weekend to take the youth out. Here's a young lady. You can tell how cold it was. Okay, and then they talked about the deer, different parts of deer. They did some deer in the middle of the day. They were able to shoot some archery at some targets. And this is the coolest part. They did some deer processing, showing the young people how to process a deer, how to skin it out, how to actually quarter it up, and different parts, and let them do a little bit themselves. So this is a great job by the future hunting in Florida. We need to get those folks on next year and get some of y'all lined up to go. Okay, Carol Allen sent this to me. Carol Allen, always love your show. You are doing a great job for your fellow man. God bless you and your crew. Thank you, Carol. And sent this picture of her grandson. Okay, that's Andrew Foster with a nice buck there. Good job, Andrew. Nice buck. Thank you for sharing that. You just look at this. This was funny to me. Okay, you have to figure it out. If you know, you know. Okay. Move on to. Hey, Mr. Chester. Okay. Well, this is from Rodney Gilmore. Hey, Mr. Chester. I was watching your show this morning as usual and heard your request for some spring pics. Here's an apple tree blooming here on my place in Southport. Enjoy your show, Rodney Gilmore. And there the blooms right there. How about that? Early blooms up there in Southport. I told him I think we'll get blooms in Southport quicker than some other folks because they're blooming out up there. Okay, the parents become grandparents and lose all their senses. All of a sudden, they got McDonald's money now. Okay, moving on. This is just from the Tuesday morning release. I know you enjoyed the video we had. This is Brian Gorski talking. They had a good crowd of folks up there. You see them, a lot of folks in fishing, and there's a girl up there doing some videoing. And that's the old 13-mile oyster house. A lot of history behind that place. It has been blown out by Hurricane Michael, and it's not in use anymore. But I do want to mention this to the kids and everything. Next time we have a situation like this, folks, go ahead and take time to bring some kids to it. You saw where those kids got to release those redfish. They'll never forget those good experiences like that. So even if you got to take a little bit of time off from school, tell them Coach Chester to write you a note, because that's some good learning activity. Okay, Winston, your show, this is McKinney Boston. Winston, your show with Molly today, this was Tuesday show, I believe, was a great show. She was very informative. And thank you, Kenny, for sending that. I forwarded that to Molly, and she really appreciated it. Okay, this is Jay Atkins. Welcome to spring. Look what's blooming at Jay's house. Some azaleas already blooming. And that's early. They got to be in the right position to get in that sun. Thank you, Jay, for sharing that. They're pretty. I just love azaleas. Okay, and let's see. One more. This is how our parents used to text back in the day. Remember, they get an envelope, and if you're in my generation, you understand it. Okay, here we go. This house better be spotless before I get home from work. If it's not, everybody getting a whooping, Mom. Okay, that was texted back in the day. I'm gonna share that at Sunday dinner with the grandkids and tell them that's how it was communicated from my parents and all. Okay, that's we got caught up on our pictures. I do want to ask you to continue to share the pictures. Like I say, I get some from different places, and y'all send a lot of stuff to share. And I hope you appreciate our sense of humor here in Panhandle Outdoors. I get a kick out of some of these things. Also, let's go ahead and add some names. We're going to do our drawing today. It'll be a good little break time to draw them, okay? Ralph Vi from Youngstown and his wife Pearl, they've been loyal viewers with us for such a long time. And I appreciate it when talking to Ralph. You know, you talk to people on the phone, and you can always tell when they have the wisdom of living life. And we talk about some things, and he just has a lot of wisdom. I appreciate you, Ralph. Appreciate you all watching, and enjoy talking to you. Okay, from Compass Lake, Mike Grazioso. He is a fine fisherman. Mike lives up there. Haven't run into him lately, but he's up there at Compass Lake, and he's a good fisherman too. So again, check to make sure. I think we're about 99% accuracy on getting the names in from Gail's list, and I haven't had any calls lately. But if you haven't heard, go ahead and touch base with us maybe over the weekend or first part of next week. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. After the redfish release, CCA did a press release. You know, they've got a big staff and all, and doing all kinds of stuff. They did a really nice press release. I want to share this with you. They did it Tuesday afternoon, really, Tuesday night. Today, this is 2023's first redfish, and I won't read all of it to you, but it talks about CCA Florida, Duke Energy, Mariculture Center. So look that up. And 15,000 juvenile, about 4 inches in length. I don't know if they're quite that long. What do y'all think? This is their first release of 2023, and they're giving thanks to different people, and it's very, you know, that's a very good thing. But this is what's cool. Special thanks to Captain Brett Martina, Captain Jordan Todd, FWC, Panhandle Outdoors, and the countless volunteers. So we want to thank them for giving us a little bit of credit for going down there. There was no TV stations around this way, video in it, so I think they appreciated that. And listen, they've released 220,000 since 2018 on the West Coast to East Coast. So that's good stuff there. Okay, talking about good stuff. Y'all again got an email from one of the viewers, Steve Rogers, Sandhill Sticks, and he sent me this email, and I thought it was interesting. He wanted to share this with me. Coach, have you seen this? So this, I want to say the Mobile paper, Sun Herald. A great white shark pinging in the Gulf of Mexico began her journey 9,000 miles away. I got interested in it, started reading it, and her name is Sable. If you remember, we talked about Sable, and we showed this, and it talked about it. Now people are finding out about it. But listen, I didn't get this. Sable pinged south of Panama City on January 27th. Okay, so I got curious, and then what I did, I said, well, I don't remember that. So what I did, I went to old standby, shark tracker. Okay, here's shark tracker. Okay, so here, okay, I touch on it right here. There's Sable. Okay, where's Sable's track? Look at there. So that is 9,000 miles. And Sable is right, okay, right in here. That was January 27th, and that was south of Panama City. Now, what's interesting, you look at just staying up there a lot on the whole Florida coast. So Sable likes it here. So I'll go back to Sable. I want to the track of it. This is interesting. I don't know if we can see it or not, but I show. This is really good. It may or may not be. Yeah, this is them tagging Sable. This is Sable. Okay, watch this. This is O-Search, Ocean Research. Put a tag on. It's a female juvenile. Okay, named after Sable National Island. That's cool. 11 feet, 807 pounds. Okay, so there's the tag right there. Okay, how about that? It's always interesting, and I get a kick out of the scientific data that they're able to get. But we, 800 some pounds, and they grow pretty fast. And the big thing about the great white sharks, that's, of course, it goes way back to the movie and all. And I've told you before that we've had them here over the years with old-time fishermen like Captain Virgil Anderson catching that real big one off the right at the mouth of between here and the Mississippi River. And I said, how long was it? And I never will forget this. He said it was 20 foot. I said, how do you know it was 20 foot? I said, that'd been a world record. And the beam, he laid it over the beam of his boat, and the beam of his boat was 18 feet and hung over a foot on each side. I asked him, I said, do you have a tape measure to measure it? And he looked at me like, are you crazy? We didn't take tape measures when we went commercial fishing. And that wasn't a big deal, the size and thing. They just wanted to, get those different parts of the shark for research and all. They got paid good money for a couple of years after World War II, and they didn't, normally they would catch a snapper and grouper, but they made more money catching sharks with their liver for research. I've told that several times. I used to tell that story in my class, and they were fascinated with it, that kind of stuff was going on. Talking about good research and good things going on, I was talking about, we had the box turtle on, and looking back on this whole week has been a good show. We had Molly Allen on the show, I believe Tuesday, and we were talking about different things she shared with us from St. Andrew Bay Watch, and we did mention one of the things we did with a box turtle, and we were talking about tracking it and all, and we neither one could quite remember the lifespan of the box turtle, and she looked it up and all, and she said, I think I found it, but then I got an email from Travis, and he said 50 to 60 years old, okay? So that's it right there. Now, we're gonna show you something here. This is like a 2-minute video. We're gonna show you, but let's go and draw first. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We just got too much for a 30-minute show. Okay. The winner of the $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Marina from Fountain, Gracie Cobb, okay? Big Red Snapper from Panama City, Anna Westbrook. Gracie and Anna are the winners today. Congratulations. Now, when we're at the Tuesday, went down there for the video to shoot some of the redfish release. I always run by, stop off at Blue Water. I'm just have to do it. I just love going in there and looking around talking. And these two ladies walked by me in the aisle, and they were told somebody else. Somebody asked them a question. She said, "Yeah, we fish every day." And, that caught my attention. I turned around and said, "You fish every day?" And they were two ladies, and they said, "Yeah." I said, I got to talk to these ladies. Made a quick conversation. Ended up doing an interview with them, two sisters. So we're going to run this little 2-minute interview I had with these ladies, and we'll come back and do a famous Friday fishing forecast. But I just got a kick out of it. As fishermen, outdoorsmen, we hear a fellow outdoorsman say something along those lines. We get excited. You do? You did that? And you want to share with, let them share with you and you share with them. And these two ladies, they were in there getting some stuff, and they just about fish every day. So we're going to run this video, and then we're going to come back for the Friday fishing forecast. So Jeff, let's run it. All right, folks, listen, I just met these ladies here. They're sisters. This is Linda and Kathy. Glad to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Here's what got my attention. Y'all know me, my viewers, y'all know me. I was walking by and heard this lady said, we fish almost every day. And that got my attention, as you know. So, and these are our snowbirds, and we have so many snowbirds to watch the show. So tell us where you're from originally, Indiana?
Chicago. Arkansas.
Arkansas?
I've got my sons are all in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And y'all come down here every year?
Every year for about 20 years. We've been coming down here. We love it.
Yes, this is our happy place.
Yes.
This is your happy place?
It is.
Okay, now listen. Oh, tell me about the fishing part. You always fish?
We love to fish.
Yeah.
We love to fish. We'll fish every day if possible. It's kind of windy today, but we're still going.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, since retirement, it has become my passion. So
That's awesome.
I just love it.
So y'all just go all different places, all kind of fishing?
We
or?
do, but mostly, depending on the weather and the wind, we always take that into consideration.
Yes,
But
tides sometimes.
The tides and everything, but we've caught some really nice sheep lately.
And
I wish I
drum.
could show you pictures, some black
Well,
drum.
and you don't have to tell people your secret spots either, but
Yeah.
Oh, we
but,
do.
Listen,
Hey, we're good, but that's fine.
We'd like to share.
Yes, we like to share. It's
well,
not a problem.
you eat what you catch, right? Didn't you
Oh,
fry something?
undoubtedly.
What was your meal last night? What was your meal?
Fish.
What's your meal tonight?
I don't
It
know.
might be fish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Depending
We're
on how
not
well
sure,
we
yeah.
do.
Okay. Any particular, do y'all live bait fish or, okay?
Shrimp.
Mostly live bait. Mostly
Yeah.
live bait.
Yes.
But we have backup artificial in case we run out. Always got to have a backup plan.
Well, thank y'all so much for the interview. I know our viewers don't love this because you're our kind of people.
That's
Thank
right.
you
We're ready
so
to go
much.
fishing now.
Yes, we're ready. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
y'all very
thank
much. Thank you. Okay, well, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little clip right there. Now listen, I want to show you something. They actually went fishing right after we did the interview, and that night, Linda and Kathy, they sent some pictures. Folks, how about this? You think they had a good day? Look at that. Look at there. Yes, we caught those. Now I don't know if they take their husbands or not, but look at the size of that sheep head. That is some good fishing right there. So, Linda and Kathy, it's so nice meeting y'all. And I got a kick out of talking to you and just y'all have this great attitude about fishing. And I told Gail was there videoing us and all. I said, that is a good group. I said, those two ladies act like they know what they're doing. I bet they're gonna catch some fish. And sure enough, y'all were able to. So, if I run into you somewhere, if I have my camera with you, any kind of outdoorsman, we want to share it. Those ladies are strong fishermen. Friday fishing forecast here on Panhandle Outdoors. Get all the information from all different sources, including folks. The first thing I wrote down was sheephead. I had it written down before I got their picture. Actually, going down to Carabel, down to Seaquarters Marina, we talked to Captain Kim Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, and she was talking about catching sheephead down there up the Carabel River, doing a real good job catching some nice sheephead. She said, so I got that report from Carabel, then got a report from Destin, so that spans our whole viewing area. At the Destin Bridge, they said they were stacked up this week. They're stacked up at the Destin Bridge, and so the whole scope of things, and all in between, we know here in West Bay, different places they're catching them, and also down on the marina in that area, so deep holes out there, and off the jetties. So the sheephead bite is very strong in the month of February. Now, keep in mind too, the squid bite. I've got some good reports on squid. People have been asking about it this time of year. The squid are coming in, and some folks eat them, and a lot of folks use them for bait. So keep that in mind too. Now let's go to near shore. This is interesting. I mentioned it. All of a sudden, some blackfin tuna showed up. And these guys that fish on a regular basis know exactly what's going on. They caught some blackfin tuna between Destin and here. So that was an interesting report this week. The surf, to be honest with you, surf fishing has been pretty slow from the reports I've gotten. Not a lot of fish have been caught in the surf. Not many pompano this week. There's some whiting that has been caught. And in the bay system, from Apalachicola all the way through here, white trout has been good in the bays, Apalachicola Bay. Also, keep in mind, I wrote this down. Today is what, the 20th, or the 10th? Okay, so we're looking at the first day of spring now is March the 20th. Folks, that's about like 40 days from here. We had the first day of spring. So keep in mind, the weather warming up like it is, we're going to have some really good warm weather coming up. But spring is right around the corner. That's why we're showing all these pictures. Okay, Choctaw Bay has some Spanish and some reds in it. We're talking about San Andrew Bay, the sheephead, and also sight fishing for redfish has been really good. St. Joe Bay, caught some nice trout in St. Joe Bay. Also, they're able to, that's a clear bay too, and they were sight fishing for some redfish. So just move around. Some flounder, a few flounder have been caught, not a whole lot. Apalachicola Bay, the redfish, the bottom end where the river comes into the bay system, we've got a lot of water pouring in there, so you got to look around and find some pockets where you get a little bit of clear water and do some serious fishing. But now over there in East Bay and different places like that, they've been able to catch some really good fish. Freshwater, the river's high, and we talked about it all week. The best bet, and you saw some pictures I showed with the little girl, these ponds are going to be good, the creeks are going to be good, and really the lakes, those three things, I would say. The little creeks now, not the big creeks, but that would be the best place to go freshwater fishing this week. The river started to go down. It's going to be in pretty good shape. Hopefully, sometime next week it's going to be in good shape. Get this rain on out of here, let things clear up. Next week looks good. We're going to have some strong tides coming in next week. Some better. It's going to cool off a little bit, then it's going to warm back up, and that we're going to start seeing some of that pre-spring, what we call that pre-spring bite. It's always interesting to get the reports on all kinds of things like that. So we're going to wrap it up for the week. We have had a good week. We've enjoyed doing the show for you. Thanks to all the people that's contributed to it. We appreciate everything that you folks have done, and I always thank Jeff and Gail for really doing the show. I just stand here and run my mouth. So y'all have a great weekend. Stay dry. Do something good for your fellow man. You have a great positive attitude. Enjoy our beautiful Florida Panhandle Outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.